a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, 1996 TV series. Sabrina the Teenage Witch is an American sitcom based on the Archie Comics series of the same name. The show premiered on September 27, 1996, on ABC to over 17 million viewers in its T.G.I.F lineup. The show stars Melissa Joan Hart as Sabrina Spellman, an American teenager who, on her 16th birthday, discovers she has magical powers. She lives with her 500-year-old aunts, witches Hilda and Zelda, and their magical talking cat Salem at 133 Collins Road in the fictional Boston suburb of Westbridge, Massachusetts through most of the series. The series' first 4 seasons aired on ABC from September 27, 1996 to May 5, 2000. The final 3 seasons ran on the WB from September 22, 2000 to April 24, 2003. History and production. The unofficial pilot of the series was the 1996 TV movie Sabrina the Teenage Witch in April. The movie, produced by Viacom and Heartbreak Films and aired on Showtime, starred Melissa Joan Hart as the title character, Sabrina Sawyer, and Charlene Furnitz and Sherry Miller as Sabrina's aunts Zelda and Hilda, respectively. When the television series debuted on ABC later that year, Hart became Sabrina Spellman, and Caroline Rhea and Beth Broderick replaced Furnitz and Miller. In 2000, the show was dropped by ABC and picked up by the WB. When viewership began to wane, the show was cancelled after 7 seasons. The television series was produced by Heartbreak Films and Viacom Productions, with Finishing the Hat Productions being there for season 1 only. Later it was syndicated through Paramount Domestic Television on reruns. Paramount Network Television absorbed Viacom Productions in 2004, and 2 years later, Paramount's TV operations were renamed to CBS Paramount Television, whose name is seen on the season 1, 2, and 3 DVDs. Then in 2007, the syndication arm was renamed from CBS Paramount Domestic Television to CBS Television Distribution, whose name is on the season 4, 5, 6, and 7 DVDs. The official copyright holder for the series is CBS Studios Productions, LLC. Opening sequence. The opening titles of the first 3 seasons shows Sabrina in front of a mirror posing with 4 different costumes and outfits as the cast members' names quickly flash on the bottom of the screen. The first 3 outfits are always the same, but the 4th one changes from episode to episode. At the end, Sabrina would say something that is related to the last costume, and then magically disappear from head on down. The opening sequence for the 4th season is completely redone, featuring a completely new theme and the show's main characters, starting with Sabrina floating in bubbles while their names are displayed in gold letters, and a voice chants, "Secret," in the background. The opening credits for the final 3 seasons are accompanied by a new vocal theme song and feature Sabrina at various locations around Boston: Harvard Bridge, Boston Common, Union Oyster House, Massachusetts State House, Quincy Market, Newbury Street, Harvard University, Tufts University, and Beacon Hill, in the credits of seasons 5 and 6. After leaving Newbury Comics on Newbury Street, Sabrina walks down a flight of stairs and computer graphics morph Sabrina into her room, lying on her bed next to Salem. In the final season, however, the computer graphics morph Sabrina arriving at Scorch. Upon pushing the door open, she is revealed to be walking into her house to greet Roxy, Morgan, and Salem. The actual house photographed and filmed to depict Spellman Manor as a Victorian mansion located at 64 East Main Street in Freehold, New Jersey. The exteriors for Westbridge High School, which Sabrina attended, were Dwight Morrow High School in Englewood, New Jersey. Departures. The show went through many cast changes, the first major change being the unexplained departure of Sabrina's best friend Jenny Kelly at the end of the first season. At the beginning of the 4th season, Valerie departs the show permanently along with Libby. Valerie's character moves away to Alaska with her family, while Libby transfers to a boarding school. When the series finished its 4th season, several secondary characters left the show, including Martin Mull and Nate Richard. Richard, who played Sabrina's boyfriend Harvey since the first season, was cut in order to give the show a more grown-up look, as Sabrina was about to attend college. The decision was later rescinded, and Richard appeared in 3 episodes of Season 5 and then returned as a series regular in Season 6 and 7. After the series' 6th season, Caroline Rhea and Beth Broderick, who portrayed Sabrina's aunts from the show's premiere, decided to leave the show. When the character of Sabrina started to attend college, the role of her aunts became less important. Broderick felt that the role of Zelda had nothing more to offer, while Rhea landed her own syndicated talk show, The Caroline Rhea Show. Trevor Lissauer, who played Sabrina's housemate Miles, left the show after appearing in seasons 5 and 6. Producers felt that his character wasn't well received by fans and also had to make some budget cuts for the show's 7th and final season. Miles was never properly written out, leaving open what really happened to him. Sabrina's love interest Josh, played by David Lasher, left for Prague after appearing from season 4 to 6. Lasher reportedly wanted to pursue other projects. In order to fill the void, producers brought in Aaron, played by Dylan Neal, as Sabrina's love interest in the show's final season. Plot and premise: the show chronicles the adventures of Sabrina Spellman, a girl who discovers on her 16th birthday that she is a witch. As a novice witch, her spells often go awry. Her aunts Hilda and Zelda Spellman counsel her on the proper use of her magic and give her moral advice. Additionally, Hilda and Zelda must take care of Salem Saberhagen, a witch turned into a cat for trying to take over the world. Sabrina's basic premise and genial loopiness earned the show comparisons to the 1960s television series Bewitched. The show included contemporary pop cultural references, with Sabrina often saying she liked Britney Spears and No Doubt. It also mentioned human history alongside witches, such as the Salem witch hunt, which Zelda tells Sabrina was not a hunt for real witches. Hilda mentions to Sabrina in episode 1 that, for 2 months a bunny ruled all of England, causing the Witches' Council to turn back time, as if to say mortals are ignorant at the most. One episode also suggests that Jerry Springer is a witch when he hosts the Jerry Springer Show in the other realm, whereas the comic book series was set in the fictional Riverdale. The TV show was set in fictional Boston suburb of Westbridge, Massachusetts. The Spellman's house is located at 133 Collins Road. Ultimately, the show covered a span of 7 years over 7 seasons, though each season was not a year. Season 1, 1996, 1997. The pilot episode opens with Sabrina asleep on her 16th birthday, levitating above her bed. In the morning, her aunts reveal to her that she is a witch. But Sabrina does not believe them until she has a magical talk with her father from inside a book, where her father reveals that he is a witch and her mother is mortal. It is also revealed that Sabrina cannot see her mother, who is in Peru for 2 years, or her mother will be transformed into a ball of wax. After a rough day at school, Sabrina accidentally turns Libby Chesler, the most popular girl in school, into a pineapple. Fearing that she will appear weird to her crush, Harvey Kinkle, Sabrina asks the Witches' Council to let her relive that day. The first season follows Sabrina as she tries to keep the balance between being a teenager and having magical powers. Sabrina's friend Jenny Kelly and her teacher, Mr. Paul, both exit the series without explanation after this season. Season 2, 1997, 1998. At the beginning of the second season, Sabrina turns 17 and learns that she must earn her witch's license or otherwise lose her magic. However, she neglects her aunt's warnings to study for the test to obtain the license and consequently fails it. She then has to attend witch boot camp to earn the chance to take a makeup test. She passes the makeup test, but only receives a learner's permit. Her aunts explain that she will be able to earn her license when she turns 18 and that she will be tested throughout the year by a quizmaster. a witch whose job is to instruct witches earning their licenses. Also introduced during the second season are Sabrina's neurotic friend Valerie and the new school vice principal Mr. Kraft, who finds Sabrina to be very odd and has a crush on Hilda. Season 3, 1998, 1999. At the beginning of the third season, Sabrina earns her license, but then learns that in order to use her license, she must solve her family's secret. Throughout the season, family members visit her and provide clues. At the end of the season, she solves the family secret. Both Valerie and Libby exit the series after the end of the third season. Season 4, 1999, 2000. At the beginning of the fourth season, Sabrina is assigned to be a mentor, which is like a quizmaster, except quizmasters get paid. Sabrina's charge is Dreamer, a witch newly immigrated from the other realm. A new student, Brad Alcero, transfers to Sabrina's school. Because Brad has a witch hunter gene, Sabrina must keep herself and Dreamer from using magic in front of Brad. Also, Sabrina begins working at Been There, Brewed That, a coffee shop, where she meets and is attracted to Josh, a college student who is the manager of the shop, which leads to her kissing him and thus cheating on Harvey, who ends their relationship. But they soon get back together. Both Dreamer and Brad are written out of the series without explanation over the course of the season. At the end of the season, Harvey reaches his spell quota and discovers that Sabrina is a witch, and later breaks up with Sabrina off-screen and is written out of the show prior to the start of the next season. Season 5, 2000, 2001. At the beginning of the fifth season, Sabrina starts college at Adams College and moves out of her aunt's house and into a house with other students at Adams. Her roommates are Morgan Cavanaugh, a shallow girl, Roxy King, a social feminist, and Miles Goodman, a geek who is obsessed with science fiction and the paranormal. Hilda and Zelda, feeling lonely since Sabrina moved out, find ways to stay close to her. Hilda buys the coffee shop where Sabrina works and Zelda becomes a professor at Adams and starts dating Sabrina's English professor. The season ends with Sabrina and Josh giving into their feelings and sharing a passionate kiss. Season 6, 2001, 2002. At the beginning of the sixth season, Josh and Sabrina get together, but soon face a tough decision when Josh is tempted to move abroad to work as a photographer. Things are made even more complicated between them when Sabrina's ex-boyfriend from high school, Harvey, reappears, this time dating Sabrina's roommate Morgan. At the end of the sixth season, Sabrina agrees to sacrifice true love in order to save Hilda after the latter literally falls to pieces after Sabrina sabotages her relationship. Hilda recovers and is married, but Sabrina then falls to pieces when Josh, Harvey, and an attractive waiter announce they are all moving away and will never see her again. Season 7, 2002, 2003. At the beginning of the seventh and final season, Sabrina is put back together after her aunt Zelda sacrifices her adult years to save Sabrina. At this point, Zelda, Hilda, Miles, and Josh are written out of the show, and Morgan and Roxy move into Hilda and Zelda's old house. Sabrina gets a job as a writer for the entertainment magazine Scorch, but this storyline and all the associated characters are dropped midway through the season. Sabrina then meets Aaron, the man to whom she becomes engaged. In the series finale, Sabrina calls off her wedding with Aaron and runs off with Harvey, her soulmate, at 12:36, which is the time of day they first met, and is a plot point in the season 1 episode as Westbridge turns. In the last scene of the series, Sabrina and Harvey ride off on his motorcycle to the song Running by No Doubt, Sabrina's favorite band. Episodes and US ratings history. During its 4-year run on ABC, Sabrina was the highest-rated series among the network's T.G.I.F lineup. In the 2000-2001 season, the show moved to the WB after a negotiation dispute with ABC. While ABC was willing to renew the show for a fifth season, The network was not willing to pay the reported $1.5 million per episode that Viacom Productions, which produced the show, wanted. The WB then picked up the show for a mere $675,000 per episode, but agreed to commit to 44 episodes. United States. When the WB network picked up the series after ABC cancelled the series, local stations also picked up the rights to air reruns of the series from September 2000 on a weekday basis after the broadcast syndication ended in summer 2006. For example, Pix reran weeknights at 5:30 p.m. EST. After reruns of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, ABC Family, a United States cable network, had exclusive United States rights to air the show at 8 a.m. on weekdays, until March 25, 2011. At which point they dropped the series from the broadcast roster due to a contract expiration. The series aired on the N during 2004, 2009, until the channel became TNIC in September 2009, where it continued to air intermittently for years. From late 2015 to early 2016, TNIC aired the series with 2 back-to-back episodes at 6 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. The series aired on Hub Network from 2012 to 2014. MTV2 also aired the show at one point. In 2015, the series aired on Logo TV on Thursday afternoons and Thursday late nights, in addition to Pop from 2016, 2017. The series began airing on Antenna TV in January 2016. As of July 21, 2018, the series is on Antenna TV weekends at 1 p.m. ET. International syndication. In the United Kingdom, Sabrina previously aired on ITV and Nickelodeon. It began airing on Pop Girl, a free-to-air children's channel, in July 2012, which currently broadcasts the first 2 seasons and the 2 subsequent movie. It was also broadcast on The Vault in 2014, during weekdays. The show can be seen in Ireland on RTE2 each weekday, 5:10–5:35 p.m., as part of the youth-oriented show. The entire series is currently available for streaming on Hulu. The entire series is available on Amazon Prime. In Australia, the show could be seen on 11, the network 10-owned free-to-air channel at 6 p.m. and until the 6th of December 2013, with repeats at 12:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Video games. On June 11, 1999, Knowledge Adventure through Simon & Schuster Interactive and Havas Interactive officially announced the video games Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Spellbound, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Brat Attack, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Bundle of Magic for Macintosh and Microsoft Windows operating systems. On March 29, 2001, Knowledge Adventure through Simon & Schuster Interactive and Havas Interactive officially announced the video game Sabrina the Teenage Witch, A Twitch in Time, for the PlayStation game system. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?